Kern9000's game room.
So the original Golden Axe was a huge part of my youth. Played it loads, but actually I didn't play the arcade machine very much. You see, my original Golden Axe playing was mostly done on a variety of different home computers and consoles. Sure, I played the Mega Drive one, I thought it was awesome, but I'd also played it on the Amiga and on the Spectrum. I think I'd only played the arcade game probably 10 times at most, and some of that was because I found an arcade where you could play for 10p. It didn't feel worth playing because, you'd got it in the home. Sure, the versions I got weren't arcade perfect, but you kind of have arcade perfect enough for a child. When Golden Axe 2 came to the Mega Drive, I was stoked. I loved that as well, although, samey, more of the same thing. Golden Axe 3 I didn't play for years because it never really came out over here. I only played it when I got a fake Mega Drive cartridge of it years later. But I did play this game in the arcades, Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder. Now, I've come to talk about this game partly because I decided I'm going to talk about some arcade games that never hit the home, but also because I found out that Sega are bringing out a Sega Ages mini arcade machine with this game on, and technically this will be the first time it's been legally available in the home. I had heard sniffings about a compilation disc coming out later this year, but they're probably just rumours. Okay, so as you can see, Golden Axe The Revenge of Death Adder is a side-scrolling beat-em-up video game. It came out in 1992 and was on the Sega System 32 arcade board. The playable characters are Goa the Giant, Sternblade the Barbarian, Dora the Kenteride, I think I'm saying that right, basically chick at top, animal's legs, and Little Tricks, a tiny elf lad with a pitchfork. You'll see none of the main characters from the first game are playable, although Gilius Thunderhead, the dwarf, is riding on Goa's back. If you've played the original Golden Axe, you'll know exactly how this feels. It's more of the same, but it does have some nice little additions like branching paths. Also, for the first time in the series, Little Tricks has a magic where he makes a tree grow and you get apples to get health back, so it's novel that there's a magic here that's not purely attack based. It's a great game though, it just has that feel. The graphics are brilliant, I really like it. It's a crying shame this didn't make it to the home. The sound's perfect, everything is brilliant. If they release this now on like Xbox One and just as a download, nothing done, I'd happily pay like £8 to play it. We've had these Mega Drive compilations from Sega again and again and again, but why don't Sega do? Capcom did like the Brawlers bundle with 8 walk-along beat-em-ups and charge about 20 quid. There's money to be made here if you just stick a bunch of Sega's arcade versions on a Switch cart, on an Xbox disc, as a download. Do a collection. Get your history back out there. Typically speaking, if you don't give people a way to play something, they'll find a way, they'll pirate it. This game has been played by people for years using MAME. On the version of MAME I had, it's a little bumpy, but it's perfectly playable. Make it so convenient and so well priced that they just feel the need to buy it. You've got missed revenue sitting around with these games that don't come out. If you play this and then you play Golden Axe 3, you can see everything a beat-em-up should have and how it's lacking when it doesn't have it. You have to keep the graphics changing if you want to have a good walk-along beat-em-up, and you have to have a variety of enemies and good music and a good theme. It helps. Basically, the whole premise of walk-along beat-em-up, walking from left to right, just punching person after person in the face or hitting them in with an axe and a sword again and again, it lends itself to becoming repetitive. So you have to do everything to keep the player engaged, to feed them sounds and visuals which mask the fact that you are doing something again and again. And the best beat-em-ups do this in such a way that any shortcomings of the genre are just instantly forgot because you're sucked in. The Revenge of Death Adder is an expert at doing this, and everything feels right. You feel like you're in a fantasy movie. This game needs to be more well known. People need to sort of see the Golden Axe trilogy as Golden Axe 1, 2 and Revenge of Death Adder. Really 3's nothing but a sort of footnote in history. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Kern9000 signing off, and as always saying, keep on gaming.